Hey, good evening, all you freaks and geeks. Welcome back to Play the Hits for what, dare I say, Nick, could be the last episode of Far Changing Tides.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. You do an intro, and I'm gonna do an intro, and then we're gonna vote on who did the better one.
All
Okay?
right, your turn.
And welcome back. Here we are with more Far, the game that continues to prove that not all indie titles are better than AAA games.
Ouch. I do like yours better,
Hmm.
but you knew I was going
Just
to say
enough
that.
vinegar. So, anyways, here we are with more Far. Let's see. Last time we spent 40 minutes on an obtuse puzzle, and now we're in a glacier, right?
How much worse could it get? Is the
We
question the
lost our
game
boat,
invites you to ask.
but then we got a boat, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, we had that like little ice excavator thing, but that didn't pan out to be an actual vehicle. I think at this point we're just like doing repairs and getting dislodged. Every
Is this
time I
our boat
think,
or is this a different boat?
no, this is our boat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Though I will say, every time so far that I've felt like this game was wrapping up, it was not. I'm going to go back and get this fuel since I burned it all trying to solve that stupid underwater city puzzle last time.
Do you remember when the first Far let us connect our tiny boat to a big giant boat that was like an
That
AT-AT?
that was one of my favorite parts of that whole game, incidentally.
Yeah, that was highly memorable. What's your favorite part of this game, Chris?
Uh, I mean, your point is well made. I feel like this one has been more. Whereas the first one was sort of a methodical and cerebral trek through loneliness, this one feels more like 2D physics-based puzzles. Which, don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for 2D physics-based puzzles, but that wasn't quite what I was expecting from this game.
Yeah, bigger and more is not always better. I appreciated the
Yeah,
smaller, more focused narrative, or not even narrative, but environment to the first one, and
you
that's
know
fine.
that's a good point. And one thing that if there's a takeaway to be had from these two games as a whole, it's effective versus ineffective environmental storytelling. I feel like the first was a great example of effective environmental storytelling. Like there wasn't a word of dialogue
Hmm.
in the whole game, but it still managed to build an emotional connection whereas though I haven't disliked this game, I will say I do not have that emotional connection, or I wouldn't have been okay, holding off a year with you to finish it.
This game feels like a checklist. Do this, and then this will
Mm-hmm.
happen. Then go do this. This is like a grocery list.
Much more so than the first one, which isn't to say I don't. For instance, I appreciate its spectacle. Um, like it it does do more than the first one in terms of like the world building and everything. But again, sometimes I would even argue that in and of itself isn't always a positive. Sometimes a world is at its best when it's mysterious.
Here's the problem. I've
Yeah.
already seen this before in Far, and this offers me nothing new, nothing different. So I've already played something in Far, so automatically you go into the handicap because
I get you.
Far's biggest thing is it's like new and it's different, and this is
New.
more.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
yeah. Um,
The
so two questions here for you.
yeah.
Don't have to answer them now. Think on them. What's your best example of a game that did environmental storytelling, and what is an example of a game where the sequel was a marked improvement over the original?
Ooh, really good questions. I have about three or four examples of improved sequels, but I would have to think hard on the environmental storytelling one a little bit.
Give me your sequel.
Okay, I mean,
This
how many do you want?
superior sequel.
My
Hmm?
my my favorite some of my favorite sequels, I think of games like Arkham City, which to
I
this day,
respectfully disagree, but okay.
really, you liked
Yeah,
Asylum better than City.
I will. I will say that yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, agree to disagree, but I would love to hear your take on that because for me, Arkham City was actually probably not just one of my favorite superhero games, but like
Mhm.
maybe one of my favorite 3D action games, bar none.
Okay.
Like I
All
really
right.
enjoyed that. Oh,
I enjoyed the Mr. Freeze fight.
okay, yeah, that was a cool boss fight. Um, Consequently, actually, that kind of made me think of a good example of environmental storytelling, actually, which even though hardly the same style of game, but like I actually kind of think of the Arkham City formula as sort of a 3D Metroidvania. But I will say, environmental storytelling, I love Metroid Prime for that. Granted, they do
Uh,
hit you with a lot of text if you're willing to read it, but I think what I enjoyed about Metroid Prime is you don't necessarily need to read it.
I'm gonna disagree. I don't know if that qualifies, but here's the thing: is let's change that answer to Super Metroid, and I immediately agree with you
Ooh, yes.
because that game says a lot just by the shift in music, the change of color and environments,
Ooh, yes,
sound design.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think
that's an excellent
I think
choice.
if I picked Prime over Super in that instance, it was probably just not to like beat the familiar kettle drums that I always do on this channel.
I don't get me wrong. Which game do I like more, Prime or is it Super Metroid? Easily Prime.
Really?
Um,
Fascinating. I would have
though
pegged the
how
other
much?
way around for you.
Which game have I played more?
Oh yeah,
Super Metroid.
absolutely.
Um,
I mean, you've
Prime was
probably played
just
Super Metroid more this year than uh
yeah. Well, maybe.
than
I mean,
total
but Prime
playthroughs
is
of
an
Prime.
excellent game in that it took a formula that was begging to be put into 3D and did it so well.
Oh
That's
my, yes.
impressive. Yeah. Um, yeah, and I guess maybe just to clear up my answer on Arkham City, that whole series is kind of like I don't know. It's got like the Ubisoft stink to it. Just
Absolutely it
there's that
does.
period of time where every single damn game that Ubisoft put out was the same,
Mhm.
and every game journalist just kind of clapped and said, "Ubisoft has done it again.
I'm
They've
trying
broken new."
No,
It,
you're 100% right. And
yeah.
I'm honestly trying to think more of Arkham City for what it was when it came out versus what the series ultimately became.
You know, I'll give you that. I'll give you that because Arkham City was a good overall improvement on the first game. Now that I'm really thinking about it, Arkham Asylum did start to feel a little claustrophobic with all the moving around and stuff. You had like action and then you had stealth, and that was it.
Mhm.
Uh, City opened that up, so
I,
I'll give you that. You know what? I'll agree. I will say that City is probably objectively the superior game.
yeah,
Okay, you convinced me.
and I'll clarify too. I loved Asylum and still love Asylum, but it was one of those like it was an incredible first effort that probably transformed the superhero genre in video games for better or worse. But like it definitely had room to grow, particularly in terms of things like boss fights and like navigation mechanics and things like
Well,
that.
that was you're right because that was like the first superhero game that was like a big game. Most of them were
Modern, anyways.
not
Yes,
particularly good up to then.
absolutely.
Well, good or very niche. I mean, you had like Capcom versus like Ultimate Marvel Alliance, which is fun, but not exactly. It's a very small audience that enjoys that.
Yeah, and like back in the like 16-bit, even up to the 32-bit, I would argue that we did have some good superhero games. But I would say there was definitely from like the PS2 all the way up to Arkham, there was some definite growing pains for superhero games as a.
Were they games that just happened to have a superhero license?
And I think that's mostly what they relied on. I want to see what this actually does on my boat. Like, am I supposed to press that?
I mean,
Oh,
I guess we just.
okay.
Oh, that like okay, that like supercharges.
Oh, it was like a
whatever
turbo
the boat's
boost.
doing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, how do you
Okay,
turbo
I
stop when you hit that glacier?
pulled the engine off. Huh. All right. I guess I should be doing that all the time now.
Well, I'm really glad we found that out here on the last episode of
Yeah, right.
Far
It's
Too
nothing like
Too
introducing a
Far Too
mechanic that makes
Furious.
everything better right at the end. I'm gonna crack my sail on that, aren't I? Damn it! Every time.
Oh no, that little buoy stopped you.
Oh, it did, didn't it? Wow, that wrecked my sail.
I
Might say
mean,
it took the wind right out of it.
it's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh wait, I did just get past the buoy. Oh, push all the buoys out of what? Oh, now I'm stuck against an ice wall.
Okay,
That
that
must
we
mean I've got to
probably
sink,
can't
right?
do anything about.
There we go. See what's down here. So, how's your post-tax season been?
It's always something. I'm always running a new scam to make money, or just there's some sort of project that I'm involved with that I'm just constantly busy with something. So,
We should get a
yeah.
money-making scam going together.
Well, I've got a couple.
I think the old advice is don't go into business with your friends, but somehow I feel like you and I could make it work.
They I read some bit of advice a while ago that I enjoyed, and it was you never truly know a person until you've gone on vacation with them, you've lived with them,
We need to do that
money
too.
was involved, you've been sick, or you had nothing to offer them.
All right.
Money absolutely changes the way you look at someone when you interject that into a relationship.
It sure does. But at the same time, like, I've never given really two shits about money. And I kind of get the feeling that, like, your personality at work would be very similar to our personality hang. Well, actually, I know that because I have worked with you. Not to a
Well,
complete degree, but
I hardly count AmeriCorps, but no, you're right. I mean, like with the tax business, well, it is the same kind of attitude with me.
sure.
So yeah, and again, I have money, therefore I don't care about money.
Yeah,
Only people
honestly,
who have money
same.
say that.
Same.
Yeah. So, but no, just in my off time, just doing my typical of reading and playing like 1 hour of games a week.
Nice. What are you playing?
I am playing, and it's well timed because it's also my choice for a sequel better than the original.
Oh, yes.
I am playing. Hold on, I got to make sure I get the name right here.
Go for it.
I'm playing Ender Magnolias, the
Oh,
sequel
I
to
saw
Ender
that on your.
Lilies.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Um, the story and atmosphere to Ender Lilies was better, but Ender Magnolia cleaned up so much of like just the gameplay mechanics, and they cut down like unnecessary enemy placements, that they kind of streamlined everything so it was a much more enjoyable experience. And I was like, it's not as good as the first, but it's a better game than the first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
That
I
makes a
thoroughly
difference, doesn't it?
appreciated that. It's got a map system that I can only describe like Metroid Dread, where you have the map and it tells you like, okay, here's this locked door from earlier. Here's this on the map if you want to go back to it, so you don't have to put a marker, and it turns all the rooms a specific color once you've found everything, so it doesn't waste your time. And that's always my
Okay.
golden rule: don't waste my time.
Absolutely. I can
So
appreciate that.
yeah, this is like the first single player thing that I've played in a long time that I've enjoyed.
Oh, nice. I will say, in kind of a similar vein, I am playing Claire Obscure right now, which
Yeah, tell me what that's all about. Now that the internet went ape over that.
I hate. I always hate when something I love gets adopted by the internet
Uh-huh.
because I feel like they don't understand it the way that I do.
Mhm.
But so it's
I am
almost like
familiar with what it
a
is.
sorry, go on.
I am familiar with what it is, and there is something about it that makes me chuckle that we can get into in a bit.
Yeah. So my impression of it and what I truly enjoy about it is it feels like a almost like a lost PS1, PS2 era RPG with modern graphics and everything, but the graphics aren't really the point.
Hmm.
Even though it is kind of cool to see the Unreal 5 engine used for something more than hyper realism. Um,
Yeah.
what I think I love most about it is twofold. It does risky and unusual things with the story, which is something you don't see a whole lot in RPGs. It's always like, you know, classic turn-based combat. It's the new Chrono Trigger. Like, if I wanted the new Chrono Trigger, I'd just play Chrono Trigger again.
Yeah.
Um, and how do I?
Okay, how
The
about this? I've
combat,
heard
I
that.
think, is the most fresh and unique take on turn-based battles that I've probably played since the SNES or since maybe PS1.
Okay. Compare it to something so that I have something to contextualize it.
This is gonna sound really pretentious, but it doesn't have a whole lot of direct comparisons because they seem to be going out of their way to
That's the impression I get.
try kind of new and funky things, and consequently, some of unlike the internet, I'm not ready to gush about it to the degree to say it's like the best game ever, but like some things really work and some things don't.
Hmm.
Like there are plot beats that you know I was really taken aback by, and then there are, like I said, I think more than anything, the standout is the gameplay, which is really refreshing. Um, okay, we got a link onto that, don't we?
That
Hold on,
looks to be
I'm
the
trying to
case.
organize my thoughts about it because this is honestly the first time I've really talked about it.
Sure.
Um, I love the environments. I do like the characters a lot. They're for a game that is essentially French expressionist surrealism. they're
Hmm.
surprisingly human characters that and they do the admirable task of not necessarily making them like tropes of themselves, but like they actually react in ways that people what the hell did I just do? Would actually
You
react
released
in the horrible situations that they're in.
Rival Submarine.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it like flew away and
It
was
it
coming back
okay.
towards you.
What's it
Wait.
doing? What's it doing?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's just crashing the seabed.
Yeah, I don't think you have to pursue it. I think it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks we broke it. Is there any fuel down here? Um, but what made me think of Claire Obscure in the context of what you were talking about is how much the game respects your time. And
Oh,
this is
okay.
huge because, like, you think of just about every RPG these days, at least like mainstream release, and I would say Claire Obscure kind of walks the fine line between indie and mainstream. Um, so like a lot of newer titles try to aim for like 150-hour experiences and the whole world is open to you and like everything is a quest, and Claire Obscure doesn't do that. Like it's a fairly tight narrative with some optional objectives and environments, but it has a traditional world map, all like kind of classic Final Fantasy style, like it's an actual overworld map instead of like every area like dovetails into the next, which is kind of cool to see in modern
Hmm.
graphics. But then also like it moves at such a pace where like I'm pretty sure I'm about at the halfway to three-quarters mark, and I've been really taking my time, and I think I've poured in just over like 20 to 25 hours. So like it's kind of that
So
classic,
here's
for me, I would call it the sweet spot length, which is around 40 to 50 hours.
here's my question.
Yeah.
Do you think that the rumored not rumored, do you think that the alleged backlash against the 150 hour game has arrived?
I
Do you
kind
think
of
we've
hope
reached that
so
point?
because, and again, first world problems, but okay, I think I see what we're supposed to do. We're going to park into this thing, aren't we? I,
No, because I
go
will
ahead.
say I welcome it with open arms
Me
because there's
too.
a lot of games
Absolutely.
that don't have 100 or 150 hours worth of content. They have 130 hours worth of filler,
Yep.
and 20 hours of game. But
Jaw feel,
you get
man.
that hour. Right, you get that hour count up, and well, that's content. Now we can charge 80
Yeah.
bucks for it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
games have become content instead of games. Like, it's not about having fun, it's about filling time.
It is a product, and there's nothing I hate more than feeling like I'm being manipulated
Uh-huh.
to sell something to. What
I
is your
hear ya.
sweet spot for time? I am finding out that 20 to 25 hours is about where I'm at
Oh,
because
yeah. Perfect.
right, because I don't.
I agree.
My time is limited, but also it's just like I want to move on to the things like when I feel like I've seen everything. Like Ender Magnolias, I think I'm at the 13-hour mark, and I'm like, you know what? 20 would do me just fine. That would be the perfect length for this game.
Uh-huh. What am I doing? What is that?
Well, if the camera's zooming out, you must be doing well. So,
Oh, it's... Oh, shit, I need more fuel.
no, okay,
Nothing like... It
not
started
bad.
like with that inspiring music, and then I ran out of
Now,
gas.
can I tell you what made me instantly like Claire Obscure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
If you say feet, I know you're not going to say feet, but that's what
I
the internet's doing.
I have no idea what that means. Thank
There's a
goodness.
character named Lune, and she
I
is...
also did not ask to have it explained, but go on. Let's
It's
hear
okay.
about the fetish.
She is admittedly quite beautiful, and she's kind of like your magic user, and she's sort of eccentric, and so
Uh-huh.
she doesn't wear shoes, and the internet
Oh.
has latched onto that.
Oh.
I know, kind of depressing.
I was
topic.
about to make a joke about RFK, but never mind. Let's not do
Oh
that.
God, Nick, we're flying.
Let's not do that. So this is innovation. Look at this.
This
We're
better
no
be the
longer
freaking end, right?
underwater. We are flying, my friends.
We are. Oh God. Oh God. I can't control anything, but I feel like it's about to slam me into the side of that waterfall.
No, it's okay. If you can't control it, you're not responsible for what happens next.
That's exactly right. Anyway, go on. What made you like Claire Obscura? Sorry about the feet
No.
digression.
If this is the now I know. Now I
Now I
know.
know.
Thank you. No, I don't want to talk over this. If this is the ending, please let be the ending.
Please let it be the ending. Every time so far we've said that this has got to be the ending, though.
Don't you love how like the game just slows down to be dramatic, and it's like, hurry up, come on, let's go.
I think with this they might have been aiming for their AT-AT Walker moment, but they've already had like 3 of those. So, anyways,
Welcome to
yep, we're still
Far
playing.
Up. Okay, so what makes me laugh about that whole situation is like very publicly Final Fantasy, their director of content, has come out and said, well, we've gone to action because honestly turn-based is a thing of the past. And then Claire Obscure just
Yeah.
comes and is like, yeah, it's not that it's a thing of the past, you've just been doing it wrong for the past several entries. Let's
Yes.
show you
Absolutely.
how it's supposed to be done.
And like I said, I was shocked to find that it was one of those things where like they actually sold themselves short when they were describing it in like previews. Like they made the timing system sound like a ripoff of Super Mario RPG, which actually would have been just fine, but they actually really went above and beyond that.
No, it sounds good. And if I was still
Oh,
someone
God.
who played, oh, what do we got? Wait, when did we attach a balloon? Oh, wait, it was underwater.
Oh
Okay.
God, what did we just jettison there? Oh,
Wait.
shit.
What's going on?
I'm not in control, so it's gonna be okay. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. It's too good to last, right?
We've made our way up here, so that's good, probably.
I think so. Well, sail away. Yeah, I guess the game is definitely not over. Go on. Sorry.
No, I think that was about it. It just amuses me that, like, after all this time of thinking, like, I don't think Final Fantasy is dead. I just think it's mismanaged. And then something like that comes along, and it's like, okay, this is what it looks like in the proper hands. Okay, good.
You know, so here's me talking out of both sides of my mouth. I loved FF16. I think that I had hoped that there was actually, though, still room for like a modern, spectacle RPG to have kind of like classic turn-based combat and a world map, And here comes Clair Obscur, and it does exactly that. And so I'm thrilled with it. And not just because it gives me those familiar things, but also like the new stuff that it does is really cool. Like, I think there will be, unfortunately though, probably several games that come out that try to mimic this combat system.
Oh,
just
sure.
because of
you
how
have the
effective it
innovators,
is.
the imitators, and then the idiots, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it's good and it's exciting when something like that comes along, and it held its own against the Oblivion remake.
Right? I was shocked. Like, if Clair Obscur hadn't already been on my radar, I was pretty thrilled with the Oblivion remaster and like kind of all set to buy that. But I was like, no, stay the course. Like this game has kind of come out of nowhere and piqued your interest, so you've already played Oblivion.
Yeah, and the remaster is fine. It's good. I mean,
have you played it?
I've watched enough of it being played. I just don't have the time or inclination.
Is it more of a remaster or a remake? Like is it like a reskin of the classic game, or have they redone the gameplay?
I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Okay, it is a mod running on top of the Gamebryo engine.
Okay.
With Unreal 5 on top of it, so the core is still there. So you still get all the jank, you still get all the weirdness.
Okay, I'm okay with that because I love.
Well, that's
classic
that's
Oblivion.
exactly what it should have been, because Oblivion without the jank and the bugs and everything else is just a competent, boring game.
Yeah, right.
It's like the 4-hour Snyder cut of the Justice League.
Yeah,
it's his true vision of a mediocre movie.
No, I gotta say, I
ever...
got invested in Oblivion back in the day.
It was great for what it was back then. Here's an interesting noodle scratcher. If this game had like released for the first time today, or like when it came out with the remaster, how do you think that would be received?
Oblivion?
Yeah, like just some weird little game that IGN gives like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it definitely leans on the Elder Scrolls pedigree, and I think a lot of like people who came in on Skyrim, which let's be real, Skyrim is now a 14-year-old game. So like people who played Skyrim when they were kids, I almost wonder. I mean, they're aware that Oblivion came out first because the internet is a thing, but like how many of them like are playing it because of Skyrim, like playing the game that came before Skyrim because of Skyrim?
My sister's one of them.
Okay, yeah. And I don't fault them for that. It's just weird to me.
Well, let's be honest. Skyrim is the most accessible because I don't know that you can get Oblivion on the PS4 or something. It's hard.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't know.
It's shockingly hard to get your hands on. I mean, you can buy it on PC, but it's not optimized.
What the hell?
So Skyrim was a lot more accessible. So if you wanted to work your way backwards, now'd be the time to do it.
Uh-huh.
And plus, I wouldn't have touched it unless it had Steam achievements. So,
Yeah.
So now people like me suddenly have a reason to like, oh, okay, I will re-experience that.
Oh, we need this. No, okay. Ow!
I'm gonna call it.
Oh god.
This has got to be the end of the game, right? Because didn't the last game end in a lighthouse?
I thought it ended on like a seashore and like you lit a campfire.
I thought you lit a lighthouse. I could be wrong.
I don't think so. I think it was like you lit like a bonfire to like let. Oh, that'd be kind of cool though. Oh, no, because you heard like a like a horn, right? And there's a horn right there. Oh, that would be really cool. I think you're right.
Oh, so wait a sec.
I think they're gonna connect them.
Yeah, that would be neat. But then that would require the ocean to be like rising, because that's what was happening in the end of the other game, right?
Was it? Oh, there! Oh, look at that! There it is. There's the bonfire.
All right.
Hey, you called it, man. Nice.
I'm gonna give this game 1 point extra.
for kind of a cool way to tie it together. Oh, and that's sort of neat. Now we're moving left. So while he was moving right, we were moving left the whole time. That's kind of cute. You know what they're gonna do? I guarantee you, if these two come together, yep, there's the sound. Okay, cool. I guarantee you, game number 3 is going to be a co-op.
You think so?
I think so.
Do you go rescue that little guy?
I mean, does he need rescue? Oh God, just jumping off shit. This is definitely the ending. Right?
All right. This is neat. I like this idea of one game intersecting into the other.
That is cool. Yeah, you're right. Give them points for that. But yeah, I guarantee you. How funny would it be though? Like the game does just keep going, and it's like player 2, insert controller. But I guarantee you, like if these two are like on a collision course here, I bet you Far 3, which should be the last one.
No. The Far 3 will end up being a competitive. It's going to be like Fall Guys. It's going to be a massive multiplayer.
Right. Oh, I don't like that it's backwards now.
It's going to be a massive multiplayer arena style game.
Yeah. Oh my God. Far 3 to the farthest extreme.
Do you remember when like Fall Guys was the biggest thing? How's Fall Guys doing?
I mean, Connor still plays it and seems to enjoy it.
Okay. That's good.
He's a
That's
cool
good.
kid.
It was cool enough for Sonic Rumble to rip it off, as I understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
think
actually
that's
just
what
realized,
that
like, I
is.
don't quite know what I'm doing with everything reversed here. Like, where
I
do
mean,
I
it's the
go?
end of the game, right? It's
Let's-
probably a gimme.
Everything feels wrong.
It's like when you play one of those racing games and like, would you like to play the mirrored map?
Oh,
No.
yeah. Or when you play Twilight Princess on the Wii and everything is just a little wrong.
Oh, how so?
Nah, it's just mirrored. The whole world is inverted.
Why? What?
Oh, I don't. That's a good question that I've been trying to answer. The reason why is because they made Link right-handed for the Switch control or the Wii controller because the majority of people are right-handed. But instead of just like changing his character model so that he's right-handed, they just like took the easy route and mirrored the entire game.
What?
So if you
No,
played like
you're
the
not.
GameCube version first, it
No,
felt
you're
really
not.
weird.
You're in no way being serious right
No,
now.
I am. Check it out, Twilight
What?
Princess on the Wii with the actual decent motion, like better motion controls than Skyward Sword, which came after it. Like the whole map is inverted, and it feels really
they just
strange if you played
inverted
it first.
everything. No, this is not.
I promise you. Oh yeah. Oh, wait.
This is too crazy.
I'm not in
This is
control.
too crazy to be. Oh my god, it's true. Oh my god.
There is. Look at
Oh.
that. How cool is that? Okay.
You saved him, Chris. This is a rescue that has been
Yeah.
3 years in the making.
They pulled it together right there at the end. I like that.
So which one of you caused the flood? I'm wondering.
Right? Probably me.
Yeah, probably. You're just rescuing him from your.
Right? For myself. Dude, you know what'd be hilarious is if like you were right about the third game and like one of them pulls out a gun and points it at the other before the screen goes black.
You've gone too far.
You've gone too far, 3. You've gone too far. Like the only two people left in existence and like war immediately breaks out. War were declared.
Caption this scene.
Yeah, I'll take an F12. There we go.
Well, I was gonna say caption is in. What are they saying?
We'll leave that to
Sorry,
Sparks.
we don't let your kind on this boat.
Yeah, right. Oh, I didn't realize you were one of those red hoodie folks. I don't care for your
From a distance.
Wait, I got saved by a filthy green?
Better dead than red.
Oh, man. Okay, alright. So, for all of my, I think, our justifiable critique about the game, that was kind of a cool, creative ending.
Yeah. A neat idea.
Yeah, I will say I was actually surprised.
But to quote Sam Gamgee, it's a great deal like a little bit of butter spread over too much toast.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
The tides, they are a changing.
Yeah, they just play some Bob Dylan here at the end. Okay, I guess they
Thank
are at
you for
peace with each other.
playing.
He's letting them on his boat.
Oh, cool. We'll get like little. Where are they now?
Yeah, right, like the ending of Wall-E.
Created by Okamotive.
Good job, Okamotive. I will say my critique for your third game is make it zippier with less fluff.
Project lead and art designer Joe Schumacher.
Right? From the man who brought you some of the Avengers movies. We don't care which ones. All right.
Is that it? There's not going to be like other images. That
Yeah,
was
right.
the
Like
only
they
one.
ran out of money. It's like a Monty Python sort of thing.
They were going to do concept art.
Oh, there
but
it
there
is.
was only the one. Okay.
Oh, okay. Looks like they're
So-
gonna try to repair his. You know, I think I'm onto something with like the third game being kind of like either a co-op thing or like a almost like a Way Out where you play like in tandem and the one character's actions like directly affect the other one. You kind of have to work.
Man, A Way Out does not get enough love. That game is
That was
incredible.
I hate to say it because we've had a lot of fun on this channel. That was still just like my favorite project though that you and I played through together.
Yeah, that game is just that game is brilliant, especially how it ends. Oh, loved it.
When it became apparent that like we were about to turn on each other, like I straight up did not want to do it.
No, because I mean, you grow to care about those characters.
Absolutely, and of course you're meant to self-insert onto them, and so it's like, oh
Right,
crap, my
right.
real friend Nick, and I'm about to have to kill him, or he's gonna have to kill me.
After 5 chapters of bonding and working together, yeah, no,
Yep.
that was awesome.
It's one of those rare games that by playing it together, like as friends, even if you're already close, you do draw closer together just by the act of playing a game together. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I just wish the spokesman for that company was not such just like a flaming jerk. Have
Oh,
I
really?
told you about this before?
I don't know what you're referencing.
So like he's like a dude bro kind of, and good for him, that's his style. But it's like during the Game Awards, and who cares, it's the Game Awards, but like they're like, oh, and we're gonna do a tribute to those who've passed away this year, and our programmer of the year is a guy who's been helping down and out of luck game designers find jobs.
Uh-huh.
And we want to celebrate just how games bring us together. And like that guy comes on stage to introduce Split Fiction. He's like, "Hey, what's up, dickheads? I got a fucking game for you."
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's like the most tone deaf thing.
Right?
It's great.
Oh man, it's like yeah, and the reward for most realistic depiction of a female lead goes to, hey, check out the judge in the front row.
Right.
Damn
But
it.
like, it's not the Game Awards without it being completely tone deaf, because it's like,
Yeah, of course.
so that then like, okay, now we got to walk out Hideo Kojima on stage, and now we got Game of the Year. Now we're gonna do a charity event. Now Snoop Dogg is gonna come up on stage, be 80 years old, and
Right.
rap about weed.
We
You
got
know, it's like-
Jacksepticeye.
My favorite part of that was they brought. Did you watch the Game Awards last year?
I didn't, but I think I caught the beats, but I didn't watch
My
it.
favorite part was that they brought the Old Men Muppet guys. What are their names again?
Oh, the Muppets? Yeah, the two old guys who are cynical about everything.
Yeah, and they were great because they just made fun of the Game Awards. And
Oh, that is
jokes that were
awesome.
actually my
The
favorite.
Muppets? That's
bit-
incredible.
My favorite one is like, hey, here comes Jeff Keighley. Did you know he's friends with Hideo Kojima? No. Does Hideo Kojima know that?
I love that.
The look of hurt on Jeff Keighley's face just looked so genuine. I just had to smile.
When the Muppets hurt his feelings. That's amazing. Muppets can be so cruel. Oh, there's
Well,
our episode title.
I have gotten to make fun of all the things I hate on this episode, so I feel like I've accomplished.
Yeah, I was gonna
How
say
many
it's gotta be
people were
edifying.
needed to make this?
Yeah. This does beg the question, though. We managed to pull it in at about 45 minutes. Well, actually, maybe closer to 40. What are we doing next time, Nick? Like, what's a project that's that's tickled your fancy?
There's Metroid Ascent. There is Ultra Kill the remaster before it's been completed.
Ooh, yes. I
That's
do want
that's
to
some of
finish
the
more
stuff I
Ultra
have
Kill.
on my end.
You know, I don't know how you feel about this. I wouldn't mind, like, I know we only did 2 episodes of it, but I did start to get invested into Crow Country.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I forgot. I still have to do that yet.
Okay. I wasn't sure if
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was a
Okay, we'll
game that,
definitely
like,
finish
you,
Crow
you finished
Country.
it and then you just kind of pattered out on it, like, like, the end wasn't as good as the beginning, but I was liking it when you were playing it.
Oh no, no, no! I always like to finish a project that I start. It just completely slipped my mind.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'd love to see the conclusion both to Ultra Kill and to Crow Country.
Yeah.
Um, what was the other one that you mentioned? I don't think I'd
There
heard of
there is
that
a
before.
mod for Super Metroid called Metroid Ascent,
Ascent. Okay.
and it looks fun. Just a little bit of a thing. So
I definitely. I don't care
there's
if you
some.
play it or if I play it, but I really want to do Castlevania Revamped with you. That looks like a lot of fun.
Given the difficulty, maybe I'll do that.
Oh, is it
Oh
supposed to be
no!
difficult?
Oh no! Wait a sec. I'm thinking that's got like RPG mechanics. Like the first one is difficult.
Yeah,
Eh,
so it's the original Castlevania, but it's totally reimagined, like with Symphony of the Night style engine. So like
okay.
they expanded on everything. It's still only like a 5 to 6 hour game, maybe.
Oh
But
well, that's not bad.
yeah, but it's essentially like what if Castlevania 1 was in the style of Symphony of the Night, and they're supposed to have from the videos I've seen, Simon controls a lot like Richter did in
Uh
Symphony,
huh.
which is really cool. So like very fast paced, a lot of fluid movement, and yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I would be very curious to check that out.
Well, let's see what else is interesting out there right now that would be project worthy.
I actually have a whole list of Steam games that I've just kind of been keeping in the pocket for play the hits playthroughs. I'm glad you asked. I'm not sure if it's like anything that like people in 2025 have on the radar or would care about, but it's all stuff that either I have personally enjoyed and want to share, or that I feel like could be some good conversation pieces for like an episode or two.
Okay, give me a few of them.
The I know everything is a remaster, so bear with me. But the remaster of Riven, the sequel to Myst, did you ever play those back in the 90s?
I know of them.
Okay. Riven is one of those games that is super near and dear to my heart, so no pressure, but if you hate it, I will cry.
Okay, all right.
But no, they released a remaster of it, which is really cool because graphics technology has kind of finally caught up to the point where like those really fantastical mid 90s pre-rendered backgrounds can now be rendered in lossless 3D. So it's almost like, to me, it's been like stepping into the world of a favorite picture book. And
Huh.
yeah, I don't know, having not played it in the 90s, it probably won't mean that to you, but I want to say I hope there's something to enjoy from it still.
Well, I do enjoy. Oh goodness, pardon me. I do enjoy experiencing some of these older games in the original Greek, if you will, right? So,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say, I wouldn't even mind just playing the original Riven, which is also available on Steam. That'd be fun. But from what I understand of this game, they did not add or change anything. It's actually kind of cool because all that's really changed from a gameplay perspective is that you can like freely look around, and so like as you're solving some of these puzzles, instead of just like hearing an off-camera click, you can actually turn your head to see what clicked.
Oh, okay.
Which
Uh,
I'm sure some would argue makes it easier than the original, but Riven and Myst were always kind of known for
yeah.
their obtuse puzzles. Hey Sparks, you didn't miss the whole stream, but you missed most of the stream.
No, we are currently at the credits. The game is done.
We're just talking about what comes
Sorry.
next, though.
Um, you absolutely need to play Tunic at some point.
I've heard you talk about it, but forgive me, I don't remember what Tunic is.
Uh, Legend of Zelda with the fox, and do
Okay,
not
yep.
look up anything.
Now I remember it.
It is still, I think, one of my favorite unique experiences in gaming.
Ooh, okay.
I won't say it's my
You
favorite
had me
game,
at
but it
Zelda, but now
was
my attention is really peaked.
it was an experience unlike any other.
Ooh, okay. I'm pretty excited actually then. Oh, dude, I completely forgot to tell you this too. Um the project that I'm going to start immediately after finishing Claire Obscure, I found
Yeah.
freaking Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, the Switch version, in a bargain bin.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm gonna say I like the graphical overhaul. I don't like the new soundtrack, but I think you can toggle on the original soundtrack.
Okay, so your advice would be to toggle the original soundtrack if I can.
I would, yes.
Okay, because I'm really pumped to finally play that game
I'm a
after
little shocked you'd never played that before. That is one of my favorite RPGs of
it,
all time,
it
funny
was one of those
enough.
ones that I
So,
just somehow kind of missed. I don't even know what I was playing instead.
well, no one really expects a competent RPG from Mario, right? Outside of Mario RPG.
Right, except for that one time he made one of the best RPGs ever.
But no, it's well, Square Enix or just was it Square or no, it was just Square that made RPG. Intelligent
Correct.
System, I really think Thousand Year Door is their masterpiece. The characters are
Ooh.
great, the story's good, plenty of challenge to it. So
Well, they didn't even give us an end credits scene, Nick. But yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm very excited to play it.
yeah, let me know your thoughts on that as you play through
Yeah,
it.
I sure will, because I like I said, I think I've rounded the corner on Claire Obscure, which probably means I've still got like some end game content and optional bosses and everything. But I'll be thinking about what comes next, and it's definitely going to be Thousand Year Door.
See, instead of playing 120-hour game, we can play 4 reasonably
Yeah,
hour
right. We can
paced
play
games.
4 complete experiences, not have lost anything. Um. Oh well, here since we've got this game now in the rearview, we'll since we've got a few extra minutes on the stream, I'm going to pull up for you my Steam
Oh,
menu.
you're gonna show me you uninstalling it?
Yeah, right. See you in hell, Far. All right, let's see here. So PTH project. Ooh, Beyond Good and Evil. That's one that I loved on the GameCube and very much
Yeah.
enjoyed. That could run kind of long though. So
I've never played Beyond Good and Evil, but I know that it's like significant.
it's really really a wonderful game, but it is kind of
You're like a
N64 era Zelda. So it's not a short
photographer in
game.
a war zone, right?
Say that again.
You're like a photographer in a war zone, right?
That's an apt description. Yes.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Let's see. Crazy Taxi would be a riot just to goof around in. Just because of how much
Okay.
I love that game in 2000. Um, Ghostwire Tokyo, I've gushed to you guys about that came out of nowhere and just blew me away. And I think if I did a new game plus where I just went through the story, it I think it could definitely be a sub 10-hour game. I would have to try it just doing the main story and nothing else.
You may want to play through that with Max. I have I may have done this project with someone and I wasn't super impressed with
Oh, you
it.
didn't like it? Okay. Good to know.
It wasn't my cup of tea, but that's fine.
Hi-Fi Rush. Ooh, this one I've been wanting to play with you. Hitman, World of Assassination.
Yeah. Oh, Hitman is great.
That would be so fun. Like, I want to do like a challenge run where we just like kill everyone with newspapers or something.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fun stuff you can do with Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
I've played a few of those games before.
Jet Set Radio is kind of like Crazy Taxi. It's a fun one just to mindlessly play and riff off each other.
I've
Um,
heard good things about it.
yes, I mean it's classics. Some classics are classic for a reason. Same with Nights into Dreams. I would say I don't have the nostalgia for this one that I do for Jet Set or Crazy Taxi because I never owned a Saturn. But I will say that having played it for the first time decades after its original release, I was surprisingly smitten with it. Like I would say, like,
Hmm.
wow, I can see why this game impressed a lot of people back in the day, and I just totally didn't own it.
Okay.
Okami, another one that could take quite a while if we committed to it, but is still a really wonderful game. We did Onimusha dirty. We were like halfway through after two
Oh
episodes
yeah.
and just
Yeah.
never finished it.
Okay, valid point.
Yeah. Let's see. Signalis, I definitely want to do with either you or Max. That's a nice short romp through a kind of Resident Evil. It's actually just kind of a sci-fi feeling Crow Country in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of same style. The cat game that took the internet by storm, but actually turned out to be a really good game. Did you ever play this, Stray?
I did not know.
It Play it with your sister or something, or I kind of get the feeling that it's one of those things that like after you get past the internet, ooh, cat, I can play as a cat. Like it's actually
Uh-huh.
just a super fun platformer, and it does not overstay its welcome at all.
Okay, all right.
And here's another one from the '90s that is such an oddball, fucking weird pick, but I
Mm-hmm.
freaking was blown away by this game when it came out. Titanic Adventure Out of Time. You're literally solving a murder mystery on the Titanic. And the great thing about it is we know exactly how long the playthrough of this
And
game
what's
will
the
be.
twist? Uh-huh.
It's 3 hours and 26 minutes or less because the ship is sinking in real time.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really cool concept, and I'm actually extremely surprised that no one has done kind of a soft remake or whatever of this in semi-modern graphics, because it's one of those things where like it's actually a really cool concept. The acting is also my favorite thing in the
Oh,
world.
this is like Harvester graphics.
It's so great. I mean, don't get me wrong. The game itself is objectively bad, and the acting
Uh-huh.
is objectively bad. But like, it's so bad it's good.
But it's a product of its time.
It
That's the thing,
is.
though.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So those are some of the things that like just kind of have been whetting my appetite lately that I wouldn't mind um sharing some of them with you.
Okay, well, we certainly have some good options then, don't
Yeah,
we?
if you can't tell, I've been really excited to like actually get you back for some projects. So yeah, I've got a couple of things that I'd really like to try out, and am very very curious to see what you have too.
Yeah, once I'll kind of look through my list that I have backlogged and see what would be amusing, because I like oddball stuff.
Yes, so I think that's what I'll try to do when I pick a game with you in mind is something a little bit less Black Mesa and a little bit
Mhm.
more Jet Set or Titanic Adventure Out of Time.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Sounds like a good strategy.
All right, man. Well, yeah, I
Well, look
hope
at
you
that.
get
We
some
finally
rest
finished
and let me
far.
know what works for you in the coming week.
Yeah, typically Sundays, maybe Tuesdays, one of those two during the week will typically work.
Sweet.
So,
All right, buddy. Well, hey, have a good night, and if you feel up to it, I certainly wouldn't mind you taking one of the projects you mentioned in the next episode.
yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna do today, but none of my plans panned out.
I
So,
hear you, man.
okay, cool. Well, hey, I'll catch you later, man.
All right, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, same to you, man.
See you,
Happy
buddy.
Mother's Day. Later.